Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Space Station Silicon Valley for the Nintendo 64. In the last video, we beat Honeymoon Lagoon and we open up the Arctic levels. If you beat 3 levels in one section, you'll be able to open up the first one of the next. And while I could play the Arctic levels now, I did beat the battery farm as a kid. But now I know how to get everything. Thanks to YouTube. So, let's go ahead and play the battery farm. The farm's gone to the dogs. The mutts took over the farmhouse and set up an electric fence around the exit. And I need chow. Now! Get me some carrots. So we need to raise the bridge sections, grow some carrots, and switch off the electric fence. You'll start off as the racing mouse. And the purple plants around you, they take off 1 teeny unit of health, but the more you run into them, the more they will hurt. And the more it will add up. As for the ramps, you just want to take them at normal speed. If you try to do a turbo boost, it will end up being a bad time. I'm going to break one of these for the energy, one of these little crates just in case. And there's energy in the sheep pen. I'll need that too. And we need to take out the ram. The ram is the one with the horns, and if the camera would actually work, I would be able to see it. There it is. Alright. Let's get in there. Let's get her done. Where are you? Okay. Where's the ram? There's the ram. Though I may have to do this. Okay. I need to be super aggressive and actually keep the tail attack on the ram for a good amount of time, and that's no easy feat. And that's how you do it. Let's switch to the ram. Type, ram. Environment, Europe. Skill A, jump. Skill B, headbutt. Water resistance, okay. Mass, medium. Armor, light. Strength, medium. Traction, average. Fall distance, medium. Production, medium. Engine, electric. Intelligence, low. First things first, we're going to need a sheep. Because we're going to need a sheep eventually. Also, I don't need to use the ramp. I can just jump over the fence with the ramp. I also want to push a crate over to the hay bale to get a power cell. And we won't need the energy for much else. Though I will keep this energy lying about. Thankfully, it'll stay there no matter what. And now, we're going to get ourselves a sheep. Which we've already destroyed. We need the sheep because we need to be able to float in order to get to the other side, hit the switch, and complete this bridge. Also, don't forget to go over here to get a power cell. I almost forgot about this. Though I would have been checking to see how many power cells I had left anyway. Alright. We need to switch back to the ram. Because there's a dog there. But it's not a normal dog. It's a racing dog. So, as soon as this racing dog, who's making a figure eight around this little area here. Oh, you're going to do that, huh? Perfect. Keep him there. As long as I'm right in front of him, he can't hit me with the missiles. Which is hilarious. Type, racing dog. Environment, Europe. Skill A, speed boost. Skill B, missiles. Water resistance, okay. Mass, medium. Armor, light. Strength, medium. Traction, average. Fall distance, medium. Production, medium. Engine, 1.6. Intelligence, low. So we need to hit this switch. We won't need the ram anymore. Remember that little field there for later. And we need to take out this sheep. We will need the sheep later. And by later, I mean very soon. Now keep hitting this lever to make the carrots grow. By growing the carrots, you can also get up there. So let's switch to the second sheep that we have. We won't be able to jump across that gap. If you try to float with the sheep, you'll just fall into the water no matter what. So what you want to do is jump up to the second carrot. Yes, it's big enough to allow you to do this. And if the game would be cooperative, and I could actually use my shadow for something, that would be great. Alright, there we are. Let us get over here. And hit the switch. This will complete this bridge, and will also complete the bridge section's objective. Alright. We can now go over here with the dog. Believe it or not, you can actually destroy the speakers with missiles, though the resulting explosion can hurt you if you are too close to them, so keep that in mind. Let's destroy the sheep because we will actually need the sheep later. And 2, we're going to take out the racing fox. We want to make sure that the racing fox is close enough when we fire our missiles so that we actually hit it every time. There we go. That's one down. Now for the other. And if the fox goes after you, that means you got too close. Back away from the bushes and try again. We want to make sure that the fox is a bit close to us, so that the explosions hit every time. And I had a good thing going there. And yeah, I hit one of those little purple plants. There we go. And for some reason, I get the racing fox again. I've done this one already, I think. Type, racing fox, environment, Europe, skill A, teleport, skill B, tail attack, water resistance, okay, mass light, armor light, strength medium, traction average, fall distance medium, production short, engine 1.6, intelligence very high. Yeah, I managed to get one of these in Honeymoon Lagoon, but, well, the game doesn't really expect you to do that. So now that that's taken care of, I'm going to do something a little optional. Well, as optional as can be. Since we've taken out both of the foxes here, we can go up to this gate switch, but unauthorized access. That only happens if you try to hit it with the sheep. If you hit it with any other animal, perfectly okay. We're going to hit it with the dog. Because here's something that should be mentioned, and I'll mention it eventually. Once I go in here. If you go in here as a fox, and you go into the fireplace, you'll get stuck. And you'll have to quit the level and play the whole thing again. You don't want to do that. And we switched off the electric fence that is blocking the teleporter. So now, we have things that we can do. First off, we are going to go over here. We're going to go on top of the teleporter house. And then we're going to float our way to the house itself. This will allow us to get the power cells. Next, we're going to use the hedges to go up here, grab this power cell, and float over to here. This is the only way you can get over here, by the way. Get this power cell, float all the way over here. Touch the valve, and you'll get the crops here in this small field to grow. Make your way to the small field. These things will eventually grow, and you'll get 4 power cells out of the deal as soon as you touch one of the things here. There's also some power cells in this area right here. You'll need to hit the switch there. Get on the crushing hail bay. Bale of hay. Hail bay. What am I doing? Get the 2 power cells, and then leap off to the sides to get the other 2. However, you can also get yourself a free tour. So you have yet to see the rest of the level, and you get here pretty early. You can do that. You can take this, and you can get a quick zip through the level. You only get it once, though, so pay attention. Though you'll probably see everything else anyway. So that's 3 down. We just have 1 more to go. I know the camera can be a bit of a pain, but this is doable. Just do a little wraparound float and you should be able to get to where you need to go. What else is there to do? Right. We need to get the racing dog again. Thankfully, we don't have to take the carrot route again. I can just go over the bridge and just do things that way. All right. Okay. Where is the racing dog? Where'd I leave him? There he is. This is going to be faster with the racing dog. There's the last power cell. It's in the corner tucked away behind the farmhouse. And now we have 1 more thing left to do. Believe it or not. Don't know what I ran into there, but I apparently ran into something. We need to head back to the sheep pen. Why do we need to head back to the sheep pen? Well, it's simple. In order to get the gold trophy here, we need to take out every animal here in this level. And for doing that, we get the trophy which pops up in the fireplace. So now that that's taken care of, let us go back and get the sheep again. Because I'm going to need the sheep in order to get back up to the roof. And I left you right there. Okay. Let's do this again. Actually, no. You don't have to go up to the roof, though. That is one way. You can actually fall to the roof, fall through the chimney to get back in here. Matter of fact, that's one way to get in here. But you can just jump up and get that just from inside the house. Alright. We got all 15 power cells. Teleporter is active from completing all missions. Let's go in here and wrap this up. And we have now opened up the engine room, which is the 5th of the Euro levels. I believe there is 10 in all. And when it comes to these levels, this is where I got stuck as a kid. This is where the difficulty ramped up for me, and I just couldn't do it. But I think adult me could probably do this now. So let's see what happens next time. Join me next time where we take on the engine room. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching.